In the back of every parent's mind is the haunting fear that their child will be struck down by a life-threatening illness like leukemia. If such a fate were to befall these children, their chances of finding a suitable bone marrow donor would be 1 in 5. But for this child, it was 1 in 250,000.
It was 11 years ago that Daniel De-Gale was diagnosed with a leukemia almost certain to kill him. And when the family realised how few people of Afro-Caribbean descent were on the bone marrow donor register, they began a campaign to wake up their community to the plight of children like him.
It focused the mind on what needed to be done rather than worrying and going into a dark corner and not coming out with a positive attitude. So trying to help a son and was the main issue, but I knew that the ramifications long term could be tremendous to others. These are real people, seriously running out of time.
Today I'm a phlebotomist, so I'm taking blood samples from all the very kind and very brave people who've come down today to register.
I look into the window of my mind, reflections of the fears I know I've left behind.
When someone in your family needs a transplant to survive, you'd climb mountains, cross oceans to save that life. This story is about a family that searched for years, and just when it looked like all was lost, they found a Motown miracle.
A 50-year-old woman from Detroit, Michigan, proved to be a perfect match.
And I can't tell you how delighted we are that we've got Daniel, his mum Beverly and dad Oren here with us now.
I'd just really like to say thank you for everything that you have done to help me and my family as well, because really without anything you have done today, I wouldn't be here, and just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything. Thank you.
I just want to say you're very welcome. I am just so honored that everything worked out so well. I'm just so happy to know you and your mom and dad, and glad to know you're doing just so well. It just makes my heart glad.
Thank you. Hopefully one day we'll be able to meet each other really, and then let's say thank you in person.
I'm sure that's going to happen soon.
Their emotions have been geared to this moment when Daniel meets the woman who gave him the gift of life for so long, and that meeting really is now just literally moments away.
My mind's blank, just anxiety now, just trying to pass time, wait for what's going to happen.
I'm so excited. And on pins and needles, I didn't think I would be like that, but the closer it gets, the more excited I am.
I'm on my way, can't stop me now. You can do the same, yeah. What have you done today to make you feel proud? It's never too late to try. What have you done today to make you feel proud?
For Daniel's parents, Beverly and Oren, the ordeal was the catalyst for their setting up the African Caribbean Leukemia Trust, aimed at putting a stop to the shortage of black donors. Over the last 10 years, they have worked tirelessly, running a non-stop media campaign, organizing hundreds of registration drives, and taking the blood of literally thousands of people.
It wasn't just about Daniel, and we knew that whatever happened to Daniel, that the work was going to continue.
We don't want anyone to go through what we went through as a family.
By any means necessary, we're going to get people on board to save a life, because there's nothing better than being able to give the gift of life.
And they've done just that. Thanks to Beverly and Oren, the number of black and mixed-race people on the bone marrow register has increased from just 500 to nearly 20,000.
We're proud of what we're doing. People approach us and say, I registered because of you and I went on to be a donor. It doesn't get better than that. It just makes the whole thing worthwhile.
They can't come true.
today, the work of the Trust continues, and last month Oren and Beverly, Daniel's parents, flew out to Ghana in West Africa to help spread the word and help save the life of another boy who needs a transplant.
During that extraordinary trip, Oren and Beverly took a London Tonight camera to film a video diary as they took the fight against leukemia into Africa.
Loads of people have turned up to help Danny and people like him. So they've heeded the message and they've come out to help. It's a magnificent turnout, and this is just the start of it.
It's very, very difficult time in anyone's life when they have a young child who is terribly ill. I can speak from personal experience on that. It shows extraordinary courage to carry on despite that, and not only think of your own child, but think of saving lots of others as well. What Beverly and Oren did was truly incredible. They've made a massive difference to so many people's lives. They've not just saved 1 or 2 people, they've saved at least 14 that we know of, and it's truly exceptional.
Thank you, Gary. And now, our winners, Beverly De-Gale and Oren Lewis.
It's extraordinary what you've done, both of you.
Thank you.
It really is quite extraordinary, and I know just how much effort you've put into it. You haven't had much help.
No.
You haven't. But there have been those who've assisted you over the years.
Yes, there have.
But you haven't had a lot of funding.
No.
And, you know, for many people, when they first heard about the statistics, just 1 in 4, 1 in 5 if you were white, and 1 in 250,000 if you were black. It's shocking. It's a disgrace.
We represent everyone, and please just help to galvanise the message and to allow us to, by any means necessary, to save life, to change life, to give the gift of life. Thank you very much.
Well, Oren and Beverly, you've been saying a lot of thank yous. You've been thanking everybody else, but there are some very special people here tonight who want to thank you in person. They're just a few of the people whose lives you have helped to save, people who have found matching bone marrow donors because of your vision and the work that you have done. And they are here tonight with their families. Please give them a huge round of applause. Jermaine, Emmanuel, Julie, Ivor, Russell and